Hello everyone. I hope you're doing fine. Today, I think you're aware of the topic. So we'll start by introducing myself. I am Yuvang Chetri. I'm a marketing manager at Learnyst, and our today's webinar topic is how to grow your online course business with ChatGPT. So, how many of you are aware of ChatGPT? You can write your answers in the chat. Are you aware of it? Oh, Amrish. Cool. Okay. Anybody else who's aware of ChatGPT? Or is it something very new to you guys? Or have you just heard about it but never used it? Okay. Two people have raised their hand. Okay, Shivang. Okay, I see that. Cool. Okay. Anyways, those of you who are not aware of it will get to know what ChatGPT is and how you can use it. So don't worry. This webinar will pretty much cover everything that you'll need for um, taking your online course business to the next level, or basically increasing your productivity and saving time. Okay, so we'll start. So today we'll be discussing 3 points. First one being introduction to ChatGPT and what is ChatGPT. So you get to know how you can use ChatGPT. The second one is the art of prompting. Here we'll learn like what are prompts and how you can use a prompt hack to get better responses. The third one would be how you can accelerate your course business growth with these 10 ready to use prompts, and we'll give you those ready-made prompts so that you can use it to 10x your productivity and save time. Okay, moving on. So we'll start with introduction to ChatGPT. So the first thing is like a lot of like only two people raised their hands when I asked like how many people know ChatGPT, right? So I'll start by discussing what is ChatGPT. So as you can see, like I asked ChatGPT itself, and this was the response that was given by ChatGPT. I'll give you a much simpler response. So ChatGPT is a language model which is developed by OpenAI, and it's one of the most advanced language models which is available today. It has been trained on massive data set of text, including books, articles, and websites, which means it can understand and generate basically human-like language. So it's like you're talking to your friend or like another person, and it replies back with the same human-like language. I hope that makes what ChatGPT is clear. If anybody has any question, you can ask at any point of time. The next thing is, so how you can use ChatGPT. So you must be aware that ChatGPT is booming nowadays, and you must have also heard about ChatGPT. But how can you actually make use of ChatGPT in your own course business? So it's actually quite simple. You can interact with ChatGPT in a natural language, as I told you earlier. Just type in a question or prompt, and ChatGPT will generate a response. It's pretty much that simple. You can also use ChatGPT to ask for information, get recommendations, or just have a conversation with it. In simple words, you can talk to ChatGPT like you're talking to an expert or a friend. Now we'll be talking about the art of prompting. So prompts, I think you must have not heard about it, or have you? Like you can tell me by raising your hands. A prompt is simply a sentence or a phrase that you give to ChatGPT to generate a response. It's like giving ChatGPT a question or a topic to talk about. Once you log in into ChatGPT, you will see all these questions that you can ask or what all ChatGPT is capable of. As you can see, you can ask like explain quantum computing in simple terms. You can ask like got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday. Simple questions as well as advanced as you want. Like how do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? Well, that's pretty advanced, right? But you will get responses to questions like these as well. Moving on. So as I was discussing, in a nutshell, a regular prompt is very basic and it doesn't provide enough instructions or enough clarity as to what we want out of ChatGPT. That is why the response that you'll get will also include a lot of irrelevant information, and at the same time the response that you're looking for, you'll not get it. Okay, but once you do provide an advanced prompt with additional instructions, ChatGPT knows what to expect and like what information to work with, and you'll get a much better response out of an advanced prompt. Okay, now moving on to the next part of the art of prompting, which is the prompt hack. So this is what we kind of use ourselves as well. So the things to keep in mind are: number one, which is context; number second, which is task; instruction; clarify; and refine. And in the example, you can see when we combine all five of these, this is kind of what it looks like. You are an experienced course creator with high levels of expertise and authority within the music industry. Your job is to provide a course outline for how to become a great guitarist in a month that will be showcased to learners online on websites. Your writing style is informative and engaging. Now, moving on to the first part of the prompt hack, which is context. So, I'll start by discussing why context is really important. So, when you are expecting an answer from ChatGPT, you need to set a context as to what you are expecting out of it. So, I'll give an example. For example, if I ask my friend, like, we need to do something for fun, then my friend doesn't know like what I mean by fun, because fun can mean a lot of things. It can mean that we go out on a vacation, it can mean that we go out for a trekking trip, or we go out for biking, right? So it's not very clear as to what I want to have fun with. Okay, but once you provide context, like for example, like you are an experienced content writer with high levels of expertise and authority within the tech industry. You have exceptional vocabulary and you are able to explain complex topics to beginners with ease. Now ChatGPT knows what to work with. Okay, just like your friend won't know what to do if you don't provide additional instructions or like a context to it. Similarly, ChatGPT works in the same manner, and it won't be able to provide you what you're looking for. So context is one of the most crucial parts of a prompt, so don't forget to mention that. Okay, moving on to the second thing, which is task. So a task is something which that you give to prompt to ChatGPT, and you write in the prompt like what you are asking out of it. Your task can be like very specific as well as it can be broad, but if you want a quality answer, once you go very specific with the task, that's when you actually start seeing the value that ChatGPT provides. For example, you can write your task as like your task is to plan practical lessons for your class that include a variety of different methods, techniques, and teaching styles. The other example of it is your task is to write content that will be published online on websites, social media, email, newsletter, and in advertisements. Your writing style is informative, friendly, and engaging while incorporating humor and real life examples. So you are providing very clear set of instructions as to what task you want ChatGPT to perform. In that way, it knows where the boundary lies and it stays in that boundary, and it will provide you a very relevant answer. Moving on to the next part, which is instructions. Well, instructions, again, it's little bit similar to task, but instructions I mean you can add additional instructions to what more do you want out of the response that ChatGPT will give you. As you can see in the first example, the response should be approximately 100 words long, written in a snappy and punchy style using short sentences and non-standard conversational grammar. I want you to write in the same way you would write to a friend. So providing additional instructions, ChatGPT will follow those instructions and will not go out of boundary, just like in the last thing that you had to keep in mind, which was task. And it will give you answers in 100 words, which are lengthwise in 100 words. It will also make sure that it uses short sentences, and the grammar also would be conversation. So if you have any additional instructions that you want ChatGPT to follow while giving you the response that you're looking for, you can add additional instructions in it as well. Now the next point is clarify. and refine. So by clarify, I mean, as you can see on the right hand side, there's this do you understand instruction. So once you have written your context, task, and instruction, you can write do you understand and then just press enter. If ChatGPT responds with what you have written, the question that you have written, as you can see, I understand that you're looking for an experienced content writer with expertise and authority in general tech industry, and that I will be writing content for online publications, social media, email newsletters, and advertisements. I also understand that my writing style should be friendly, conversational, and use informal grammar and non standard English, as if I'm talking to a friend, while incorporating rhetorical questions, storytelling, metaphors, and analogies. So, as you can see, like ChatGPT is letting you know what all it understands out of the question or like the context, task, and instructions that you had set up earlier on. And once it understands that, you can ask it to produce a response. All right. And after that, maybe the response that it has produced, you want to tinker with it a little bit. You want to change it up a little bit. You want, for example, let's say you want to rephrase the second paragraph with shorter and snappy sentences. Maybe you want to rewrite all of it with more natural, less formal language. So in those cases, you can just write these instructions to refine your answer a bit further. All right. You can also, for example, if you had asked for an introduction and the introduction that ChatGPT provided you was very small, what you can do is you can basically write a prompt saying expand the introduction to give more specific details. All right, and it will give you an introduction with more lines in it. So that is how you can refine the answer that you're looking for and refine it to the level that where you are comfortable with using that response for your for the purpose that you wrote the question in the first place. Okay. Now moving on to the last part, which is the prompt tag. When it's all combined, how it looks properly. Okay. So as you can see, we have set the context here, which is you are an experienced content writer with high levels of expertise and authority within the tech industry. You have exceptional vocabulary and you are able to explain complex topics to beginners with ease. The task has also been set up, which is your task is to write content that will be published online on websites, social media, email newsletters, and in advertisements. Your writing style is informative, friendly, and engaging while incorporating humor and real life examples. The instruction that we have added is the response should be approximately 100 words long and written in a snappy and punchy style using short sentences. So now I think you got the gist of what I am trying to make you understand, like what all things you need to write in your prompt so that you get the response that you're looking for, and to make sure that ChatGPT doesn't go on different tangents and give you a response with a lot of irrelevant information. Once you write this type of a prompt, this is the kind of answer or the response that you can expect from ChatGPT. On the right hand side, we have attached a screenshot of the same. Okay, moving on to the third section, which is how you can accelerate your course business growth with these 8 ready to use prompts. Until this time, does anyone has any doubt? They can let me know. You can write your questions in the live chat. Okay, guys. I think there are no questions in the YouTube live chat, and we'll move on to the next section, which is how you can accelerate your course business growth with these 8 ready-to-use prompts. So the first prompt is how you can generate a course outline. So this is one of the most important tasks that a course creator has on its plate, on his or her plate. Sorry, and this is a prompt that we have generated for you. So all you have to do is replace this prompt, the brackets with your relevant information. For example, if your persona, by persona we mean if you are a gym instructor, let's say, if you are a yoga instructor, or maybe if you're a maths teacher. So you have to write those things in the persona, and in the industry part you can write for gym instructor it's fitness industry, for a maths teacher it's the education industry. So those kind of parameters you have to write by replacing industry persona. And similarly, your topic you have to write here, and your audience consists of target market. In target market, for let's say for gym fitness people, for a gym instructor, you can write target market as people who have just started going out to the gym, or people who are beginner in a beginner stage, or an amateur when it comes to lifting. So those kind of things you can mention in your target market. Make sure that the tone of voice you use is informative, funny, formal, engaging. So you don't have to mention all of it. You can mention, like, make sure that the tone of voice you use is funny and engaging, or you can mention like informative and formal. So as per your requirement, you can just tinker with the prompt. The output should be broken into bite-sized modules and showcased in a tabular format. So this additional instruction, as you can see, has made ChatGPT to provide the course outline in this manner. Like, so the prompt I had written was, you are a guitarist and in the music industry, and you're looking to create a course outline. Your task is to generate and create an engaging outline for learning guitar in less than 6 months. Your audience consists of people who are just starting to play guitar. Make sure that the tone of voice you use is funny and engaging. So as you can see, the titles showcase clearly like it is funny and engaging, like guitar or toy. As you can see in the title, chords, 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 strumming like a pro, lead the way. So all these things, as you can see, coming up with these titles and the description that it has given, it would have taken you like around 2 to 3 hours to just research and do it on your own. But with ChatGPT, you can do it in like 5 minutes. And after this, once you receive this, I'm not saying you have to use it directly. I'm saying that you have to read it once so that you double check it and you replace anything that you want to replace, and then you use it. Okay. Now the second prompt that we have for you is landing page copywriting. So every course creator has a landing page, because that's where your learners come and they subscribe or buy your courses, or they subscribe to your maybe a YouTube channel or a free live class. They do that, right? So how can you write a landing page copy? And it's a kind of a difficult task to write landing page copy. It's not very easy. It takes like 1 or 2 days to come up with a good copy for a landing page. So now I'll showcase you like how you can do it in like these 3 steps. Okay, so we'll move to this document. This document we have provided this document so that you can use it directly. So first of all, we'll just copy the first step which was showcased here, like ignore all previous instructions till the part did you understand. We'll go to ChatGPT, we'll copy paste it. Just a second. Yeah, and enter. As you can see, clarify, I told you earlier, did you understand? It has written the same thing as I understand that you're looking for guidance on how to craft persuasive content for your website. So all this that we have written in the prompt, it's returning us back the same thing, right? Now, the second thing is you have to give it the task that you're looking for, which is, let's say we are doing it for gym. It's for a gym instructor. Okay, let me just show you how you can do the same. Write a compelling landing page copy that speaks directly to my target market. You can replace to my directly to people who are obese and want to get thin, right? And encourages them to take course name. You can write a course name like how to reduce body fat in. You can give a timeline. Giving a timeline, it's good in my opinion. So you can write like 1 year. That's because that's kind of realistic. Okay. All you have to do is use this quotation marks so that it understands that's the topic, and then you press OK. As you can see, it has started producing the landing page copy. Okay. We'll just wait for some time till it completes generating. As you can see, it has produced the landing page copy, but still you don't know like what you should use as a call to action, what you should use as a heading, or what you should use as an image. So to get those ideas, all you have to do is write this instruction, give it in the format of a landing page, and this is additional instructions that we are adding. And once you do that, you'll see the magic happen. As you can see, now it's giving it in a headline, subheadline, paragraph, then benefit section. So it is mentioning like what all you need to add, and it's also giving the information that you need to add in that section, right? It's giving you a call to action, closing paragraphs, additional elements, testimonial, trust badges. So all these things, like, it is giving you in that format. So this is how you can use the prompts that we have given in the presentation. Okay, we have also produced a document out of it. We'll soon be having this document in our resources section, so you can get that there. Okay, moving on. So the third part is like how you can get catchy titles, headlines, slogans, and descriptions for your courses. Now it's pretty much similar to what I showed in the last slide. All you have to do is replace persona, industry, and topic, and this is the kind of response you'll get. So like coming up with the headlines, slogans, and even the headlines which are kind of catchy and funny, you can do that. For getting the response, as you can see in the screenshot, I had written trigonometry teacher. Okay, and this is what it is providing, like Trig Pro, mastering triangles made easy. So these kind of topic names or titles, it's hard to come by, and for anybody to get to that point to create this kind of copy, it takes some time and some practice, but you can get this directly on ChatGPT. Okay, moving on. The fourth prompt that we have is how you can conduct surveys and polls to gather feedback from your learners. Again, similar thing, persona, industry, and topic you have to replace, and you'll get that response. So now I'm not going to explain like each part as to how you can use it, because it's pretty straightforward. I'll just let you know like what are the other four prompts that we have. Okay, moving on to the fifth prompt. we have how you can create fun and creative content to educate your learners. All right. The sixth one we have here is how you can create real ideas to promote courses. So this is more on a marketing side, just like the landing page copy, all those things, so that you can market your courses better and get more learners to your uh, to your get more learners to buy your courses. All right. So how you can come up with the reels ideas as well. You can also ideate YouTube videos and script. All right. So in this prompt is not that complex, but you have to use it just like I showed you how to use landing page copy. Like here we gave ChatGPT 3 instructions, right? But here we have to give it 2 instructions. Just a second, sorry. Here we have to give it 2 instructions. So the first one is you are persona of the industry, and you all these things you have to replace so that it understands the context you're setting and what you're looking for. And once you get that one response from ChatGPT, all you have to do is you have to write the second instruction, which is also provide a script for idea number X. So the first prompt will give you around 10 ideas. As you can see on the right hand side, these are all ideas as to what you can do and all, but these are just ideas, right? Once you get the idea, you have to write a script to do on YouTube. So even for that, you can just write this prompt, which is also provide a script for idea number. Let's say you want for idea number 5, which is trick puzzles and riddles, the fun side of trigonometry. Engage students with interactive puzzles, riddles, brain teasers that involve trigonometry concepts. Challenge the problem solving skills while applying trigonometry in a playful and entertaining manner. All right. Again, the 8th prompt and the final one that we have for you is drip emails to convert free learners. So one good strategy here to mention is like you can start doing free live sessions for your free learners, so that once the free session is done, you can collect the emails and you can send them drip emails, right? So those kind of drip emails, it's hard to write like 4 or 5 emails that will go back to back after somebody comes to your free webinar or free live class or has registered for that live class. You can do those emails as well from ChatGPT. All you have to write is this prompt, and in the end you have to write this only give one mail at a time. So this whole instruction you have to give it once. Just for like your understanding sake, I'll do it once. Okay. Here's the instruction how you can do it. You have to write this prompt. Once you have written this prompt, you have to press enter, and once it replies with an email, so what ChatGPT does is like it gives you one email, because we have written only give one mail at a time. And once it gives you one email, the second prompt that will come after the first email is now give the second email after the above one, or you can write following the above one. Once you do that, it will and press enter, it replies with a one more email, and you can now say now give the third email after the above one. So it will keep on doing that unless you don't unless you stop. So for example, if you want a 5 email series, you can get it from ChatGPT. Maybe it's not 5 emails, maybe it's 8 emails, so you can do the same. You just have to repeat that instruction. All right, so that's pretty much it. In the ending, I would say, like, if you had to take one thing out of today's webinar or today's YouTube live, I would say that it's the prompt hack. With this prompt hack, you can design your own prompts that you can use for your own processes, right? So the first one again is context, setting the context as to who you want ChatGPT to think while providing a response. It can be an experienced content writer, it can be an experienced online course creator in the fitness industry with 5 years of experience. So you set the context. All right. The second thing is task. So your task needs to be specific, and you need to give as much information to ChatGPT as possible as to what you're asking from it and where you're going to use it. Maybe if you're asking for an email and you want to use that email in your drip series, you need to mention those details in the task. And then comes the additional instructions. In additional instructions, you can provide like what should be the tone of voice in your emails, what should be the length of the email, all right. And the fourth thing is clarify, which is do you understand. And once you press enter, as I told you earlier, it will reply the same prompt back saying that it understands what we are asking out of it. And then the last step, which a lot of people don't do, but I would say is pretty important, which is to refine the response that you get out of ChatGPT. Because at the end of the day, even ChatGPT is not perfect, and it does or will provide you relevant information. So you need to refine it, double check it before using it, and then you are pretty much golden. Okay, so this is the end of it. I hope you had a good learning experience, and if you have any questions, you can about Learnyst, you can write to us at support@learnyst.com. Okay, thank you for joining us.